Hello everyone, this is Paramita again. So in this week's class, we are going to finish the remaining part of the website which we started before. In the last week, we have created a nav bar here. We learned some CSS stuff. Okay, so we learned how to do hover effect and some more stuff like border and style. So today we are going to put some content here after the nav bar. Okay, so I am going to open my uh, Visual Studio Code. I have already opened here. So this is the file index.html we started in last week to create our website. And here we are using CSS using this style tag in the head section. Okay, so still now we are going to use like this, but later on I will show you another method. We are going to separate CSS from this HTML file. We will put all our CSS style in a separate file, and I will also show you how to connect that CSS file to the HTML file. For the time being, I'm keeping it here for your learning purpose because you are learning first time. Okay, all right, so this is the navbar. In last week class I have also shown you how to put the comment in the HTML file like this. Okay, using this comment tag, or you can use Control K C in your keyboard. Okay, now here what I want, we're going to create the first section content of our website. If we see our website, we are putting here three links: about me, my family, my school. So the about me section, I'm going to put my own photo. You can put your photo. Okay, as I told you, maybe you have already collected one, your photo, and you can write anything about yourself, whatever you want to write. Okay, now first I'll put the photo here, so you will see how to use the image tag. Okay, so how to use the image tag is simple. Now before putting the image, what I am going to do, I'll create a div here. You already know now what is div, I'm not telling it again. Now when you create a div, always the good practice what, to put a ID so that we can uniquely identify the div and do some style and stuff. I'm giving a ID for this one, about. Okay, because in this div I'm going to put all the about thing. Similarly, what I'm going to do, I'll create another two div as well. I just copied and paste. This one ID will be family. The third div, I'll give the ID school. Okay, yeah. So now this about div. At the same time, what I'm going to do, when this about div will be finished, there I'll put the comment that about section is finished. So I'll write here, these are the good practice when you do the coding, so that when you come back later on you understand where you finished what section. Okay, about section is finished. You can write whatever you want. Now I'll put it in the comment tag, so Control KC. All right, similarly here I'll do family section is finished. If you plan from the beginning like this, it will save a lot of time and energy in later on. School. Here also I write school section is finished. Control KC, comment it out. Okay, now we are going to work in our about section here, this area between this about div. Okay, Now first I want to put one image here. So to put image we use img tag. Okay, so img tag, and within img tag we have to put the source of the image. Source means the image where we have kept the image path. Now I have already created one image folder here. If you see, this is the my project folder I created in last week, my first project. Within that I created index file. Now here I have already created one folder called images. You can create it, just right click on this folder and go to new folder, and within this you give the name. Okay, I have given the name images because I'm going to put only images in that. You can give any name whatever you want. Now I don't need this one, so I will delete. Okay, so I have already created this images folder, and within images I have kept three photos and images. Like these two are images and this is my photo images. Now maybe you have these photo and images in other folder. I am explaining this in detail because this is created for kids from class 5 to 12. So most of you I think never did programming before, so for you it's necessary to understand the folder structure as well. So what I did, I went to my folder. There was a folder called personal. So in the personal I had my images and stuff, so I selected which one I want and copy. You know how to copy, right click or control C, then copy, and I pasted here. How to paste? Just right click and paste here, or you can use control V in your keyboard. Okay, so that's how I have pasted my images here in this images folder. Right, so keep these images in the same folder where you created your index.html. Okay, all right, so now I hope you understood the folder structure. Then see here, if you see in the Visual Studio, my first project folder, within that folder I have images folder, and within images I have three images which I have put here. Okay, one is logo, one is me.jpg, one is purple.png. All right, now so within img tag, sorry, so I just open the img tag. This one, it will be closed like this. You don't have to do open tag and closing tag separately. Okay, so here src is an attribute. Src means source. That means I have to put the image path. So I'll do it here, dot slash. Okay, once you do dot slash, what it's showing in the Visual Studio is showing images folder index.html. So this dot slash means my present location where I am. I am in this location, my first website. This is the folder where I am now. Within that, images index.html are there. So you can choose what you want. So I want to go to images folder. I selected images. Once I selected that, automatically you can see all other images within this images folder. So which one you want to put, you can choose. So I am making it about section about myself, so I'll choose my picture, me.jpg. This is my picture, I know that one. So now images img tag is done. Nothing is necessary. This is just mandatory for to put your image, the img tag and the source attribute. You can put other attributes as well here, like alt and stuff. I'll talk about that later on. So now control S, save, and now if you see your page, I'll just refresh it. See, the image has come. Now I don't want my image to be so big. Okay, so I want to make it small. All right, so for that, what I need to do? Okay, so to do that, what I have to do, I have to just define the width of the image, how much width I want. If I want any height, I can specify height also. Now for doing this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use img tag here. So for img, I'm not giving any id to the img. If I wanted, I could mention here id for img also. But what I want, all the images I'm going to put in my page here, about section, family section, school section, I want all of them to be same size. So I am not uh, putting any ID there. Okay, so the image width I'm giving here 300 pixel. Okay, now save and go and check how it's looking. Oh, maybe I did some mistake. Oh, I put hash. Sorry, it's not ID. It's just an element, img tag, the img element. So now refresh. Yeah, now see, it became smaller. Okay. Now, one thing I also want, right now, see, everything is in the left side. What I want my content, like the image, text, whatever I'm going to write, everything will come in the center of the screen. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I have created 3 divs so far. This about div, family div, and this school div. Everything I'm going to put inside another div. So I'm going to create a new div here. And I'll give it a name. I'll give it an ID container. You can give any name. Okay. What I'm going to do now, I'll take all these 3 divs which I created, and I'll put all of them in this container. Okay, in this container div. Save. Now, will there be any changes? No, no changes. What I'm going to do, I have to style this container to put it in the center. Okay, this container div. Hash. Now first, I will give it a width. Okay. Now first, I'm going to show you how you will get it in the center. The trick is the margin left should be auto. Margin right should be auto as well. Okay. So if you do this, it will be in the center. So save. Now see what happens. Nothing happened. Why? Because we didn't put any width of this container div. So when we don't put any width, by default it will take the 100% of the screen. Okay, so now it's 100%, so there it doesn't matter. So that's why it took the whole width. So you have to mention one width to put it in the center. So width, suppose we will take only 50%. Okay, so 50% of the screen. Now see, it will position the container div in middle. So just refresh. Look, it's coming in the middle. So middle means the image is not in the middle because there are some empty spaces also, but it's actually in the middle. If you give a background color, you will understand what I am going to try to say. Okay, we'll give a background color to this container now. Background color, just put any color. For the black for the time being, just to show you what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So our container is actually, see, it's centered. Okay, so this is a really nice trick. If you want to center any div, you can choose the width, how much you want the width of the div, and then you just put margin left auto, margin right auto. Okay, so that's how you can keep any div in the center position of the screen. All right, so now I will take off that background color. I don't want the background to be black, but yeah, if you want you can make it black. Actually, it's not bad, so it's up to you what you want. Okay, I will keep it black like this, but you can do any light color, whatever color you want. Okay, it's up to you. Now I want to put some text here about myself. Now I don't have much time to think and write about myself. I'm not going to write here. What I'm going to do, I'll take some dummy text. So in the Google, I'll just write Laurel Ipsum. This is a site where we can get some dummy text. I'll just copy and paste them. Okay. Oh, don't try to read them. They're just dummy. So Control C, and then so we are working now in the about div section where I have put one image here. So after the image, I'll put this dummy text. Okay, I'll put some more dummy text. Now Control S, save, and I'll see how it's looking now. Now I cannot see anything, but texts are there because uh, the background color I have chosen black. So I can change the color of the text. Okay, I can make it white or any color. But what I'm going to do, I will just take out the background color because just make it light. Okay, it's totally your choice what you want. I'll make the background color so the div was container div. Yeah, the container. You can see the container. I'll take off this background color. Okay, I don't want that. All right. So how my website is looking now? Refresh. Yeah. See. So after images, I have put this uh, texts here, but the texts are coming at the bottom of the images. Okay, I don't want that. What I want it to wrap around the images. Okay, like the left side, the images will be there, and the images will be wrapped around. Like this place, I don't want empty. Okay, so how to do that? Easy. Float is a property. I think you have used that before also. Like for our img tag, we will fix that position in the left side of the div. Okay, so to do that, float, see float can be left, can be right, so there are a lot of options you can see. I'll choose left. I want it to float left. Now how it's going to look? Refresh. See, that's what I wanted. The text is wrapped around it. Okay, the text wrapped up the images. Now I also want this div to have a top margin. Like now you can see it's starting from the top. It didn't leave any place between this navbar and this about div. I want a margin there. Okay, so as per your requirement you can play around. So to do this, we can use the margin in my about div. Okay, this is about section. We can put margin, or what else I can do, I can choose a padding also within the container. Okay, because see this div, about div, and family and school, all these divs are inside this container div. Okay, so if I put a content in within the container, if I put a top padding that will keep the space empty. I'm going to do that. Within the container, I'll put padding top. Okay, padding top. I'm not putting padding left, padding right, because if I put padding left, padding right, I can, but I don't need to because I have already made that container smaller, only 50% of the screen. So I don't want to give left and right padding. So I'll just put padding top 10 pixel. Now see how it goes. Refresh. See, I got some padding on the top. Alright. Maybe I will make it little big, little more gap. Again, I am saying it's totally your preference. What do you want to do? If you don't want to give any gap, that's totally up to you. Yeah. So I give some padding. Now this image also, if you want to put it more design, like if you want to make the corner rounded corner, you can do this. There is one property called border radius. You can use that one for the image. Okay, now I'm not showing so many now because I want to finish this website layout, your first website, so that you can understand that how you can create a website, and then there will be a lot of things you can learn every week. I'll try to post some video showing a new trick of CSS. So if you are really interested, you can watch every week, and you can learn from there. And not only that, you can go to W3 school and you can learn more and more topics there one by one. Okay, you already know about W3 school. I have explained that to you. All right. Okay, so that's why in the beginning only I have shown you about that. So when I will not be there, if you want, you can learn yourself more and more. Okay, that's how I learned myself. Actually, nobody taught me. I learned myself from different websites, W3 School. There are a lot of other websites also I found, and I learned myself. Okay, you can do that as well. Now, so we have wrapped around these images. So here you will write about yourself, what you like, what's your name, where do you study, how, anything, what you like, what is your favorite game, anything you want, you can write here. Okay, I've just put some dummy text here. Now, so basically, our about section is finished here. Similarly, you will do another two divs as well. One is family, another one is school. Okay, so we'll go there now. So about section. So where we finished about section. Yeah, we finished about section here. This is the reason why I have put some comment here. It will be easier to understand. So now this is the family section. So similarly in the family section also, I'll put one image. You can put your family image, anything, whatever you want. So source, so slash, sorry, dot slash, see, images folder. Within this I'll put maybe this logo. I'm putting the logo of Take for All, my new blog, but you can put your family image. Okay, so now I have this image available. Here also I'll put some text. I just put some dummy text. Save. Now go to your page and refresh. See what happens. We can't see anything. I think we did some mistake there. family section. When you do some mistake, if you put some wrong tag or something, that will not be visible. So maybe we do some mistake here, that's why it's not visible. Oh yeah, we didn't close the img tag. Look, so img you have put ssc, then you have to close that also. So we did this mistake, that's why it was not visible. So control s, save. Now we'll go and refresh the page. Refresh. Now we'll go down, see, now we can see. All right, now here also see, after the about section there is no gap between this about and the family section. We want a gap, okay, so that there will be a separation. Okay, it will look nice. Now to do this, what we can do, now in the family div we can give a top margin. There are a lot of way again to do this. You can give family div a top margin, or you can give about div a bottom margin. It's up to you. I'm going to give a top margin to the family div. Okay, so in the style, hash family margin top 20 pixel. All right, yeah, now look how it looks. Yeah, 20 pixel. If you want, you can give some more margin also. Probably I'll give it a give a more little bit more, not 20, I'll give it 40. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Now we can do a lot of things here. We can give a heading also here on the top, about. Here I can give like family heading. We can do these things later on, but today I'm going to show you like a overall website layout. So there it's never ending, you can do a lot of things in design, whatever you want to do. You can experiment, try and do. Okay, so the next section is school section. We're going to work on that now. In the school section, also similarly, we will put an image. Don't forget to close the image, otherwise it will not show up. So source, images, I'm going to choose this image, and for image already I have mentioned the size there, so it will be the same size. Okay, now I'll choose some text again, some dummy text, and I'll put it here. Yeah, see, it's showing similarly. Now see, because for all img tag I have already mentioned the size, so they all are same size, but here I have to mention the top margin for this new div as well. I'm going to do that. So the new div, what's the name of the new div? That is school. What I can do, I can do this for school top margin, or to make my work easy, I have already mentioned in the style tag family div, right? So here only I am putting margin bottom 40 pixel. So in this way I will get whatever I require. Okay, and I don't need to write school separately. Yeah, so you have to try. You need to understand first that what you want to do, and then on that you have to act to achieve the required design. Okay, so that's how we can play with the margin padding, and we can do a lot of different types of layout, whatever you want. Okay, so we have finished our about section, about, and then our family section and our school section. Now in this navbar we have created this link. Now we are going to connect this link with this section. Now there are two ways. You can make a multi-page website. In that case, we had to create three pages for this: about page, family page, school page, and we can connect those page with this link. How did we create the link in the last class? We used anchor tag. Within this anchor tag, we could mention the different pages. But nowadays, people are making single page website. Instead of creating a lot of different pages, it's a hassle. It will take a lot of space also. We are creating everything within one page, but instead of connecting it to different page, we are connecting them within the same page, different sections. It's, we can call it bookmark also. How we are going to do this? That's why I told you, always when you create the div, give an ID. Now there is another thing, class. We will learn about that maybe in the next class. So this is something like ID, but there is a big difference. That's also very important attribute, class attribute. We'll learn this in the next class. Okay. So now we are working with only ID attribute. So we will use that ID. We gave the ID for each div, like for about div, we give the ID about. Okay. So we'll copy this ID name, and if you go to your navbar, see in ref section, we are supposed to put the address of the page or the section where you want to go. Here I am putting about. Okay. So when you will click on that section, it will take you about. Now about is the first section only, so you will not feel the difference what's happening. So we'll do the other also, other div ID. Like school, in the neighbor, in the school section we'll put the ID of the school div, and then in my family the ID of the family div. Okay, yeah. Now we'll refresh. Now see here, I can see only this first portion of the website. The first section is about. So even if you click here, you will not feel the difference. Sorry, why it's happening? If I did some mistake, wait a minute. The file couldn't be accessed. Okay, I did some mistake. Ah, I didn't put that hash. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have to put the hash here. Save, refresh. Now see, it took me to the about section. Okay. Now my family. See, it took me to the my family section. Now my school. It took me to the my school section. Okay. Now when your website will be long enough, like this is not very long yet, you can create a backlink. Like at the end of your site, you can create one back link, like using the same technology, um, like when you click on the back, it will come back to the top. you can put a backlink or top link, whatever you say. Okay, those things I'm going to show you in my next video. Now for today's class, you have already created the navbar so far, and this is the content of your first website. Like uh, this is about section, and this is family section, and this is school section. Okay, now after that you can end up the website. It's always good idea to create a footer. Normally in any standard website you will find these three sections, like menu section, navbar, the content, and then footer. Okay, so at the end, so for footer we are going to create another different div. Now this footer I'm going to create out of this container. Okay, within the container which we created, we centered in the middle of the website. So out of the container I'm going to create a footer div. So another div, and the ID I will give the name footer. Okay, now for footer style, it's up to you what you want to give. I'll write some text on the footer, like @ created by Paramita. Okay, you can write @ created by Rohan or created by Samriddhi, whatever, like your name, whatever you want to write. Okay, so I just wrote it here. Now for footer also we have to mention the style, otherwise you will not see any style basically except this text. Now see what you can see at the bottom. You just saw this at the left side. So I don't want it to be like this. Like what I want, it should be the same color like my navbar. Okay, so how to do this? Nothing, I have to mention the style of the footer. So footer div, I'll go to the style tag again. This is the style tag. So footer div, I will width, I will give 100%. If I don't mention, then also it will take 100% width anyway. Height, I'll give suppose 40 pixel. It's totally up to you. If you want to make it a more height, you can make more height. And the background color, I will take the same background color like my navbar. Yeah, so I'll copy it from here and paste it. Okay, yeah, now see how it's looking. Yeah, it's looking as I wanted. What I'm going to do, I'll make it more the height. Instead of 40 pixel, I'll give the same height like my navbar. So navbar, what was the height for the navbar? My nav height was 70 pixel. I'll put 70 pixel. And one more thing, you can see the text is not visible because text is normally by default it's black, so I'm not able to see the text color here. So that also I have to fix. So height, I'll put 70 pixel, and then the color of text, I'll put this one. And yeah, that's all I want. Refresh. Yeah, now see, you can see. Now you can do a lot of design. If you want, you can if you want to put it in the center, you know that how to do this. Just put this one inside a div and then give it an ID and then style that div ID. Put the margin left auto, margin right auto. Okay, you can do that yourself. I will leave it on you. I want you to I want you to do it in your home as a homework. So put this text inside a div and then give that div a style using the div ID. Give it a style, margin auto left, sorry, margin left auto and margin right auto. Okay, that's how it will come in the center. Okay, I'm sure you can do this. Okay, and then if you can't, we will do this maybe in the next class. Don't worry about that. So today, so far, we have learned a lot of things. So I'll stop here now. You need to practice this. Okay, so basically we have completed our first website today. So it's a great achievement. So I think you are doing this with me as well. So you must have completed your website. So we have created a navbar with a hover effect on each link. We know now how to create link, and which know how to we also know how to put images and how to wrap the images around the text. Okay, what we did for that, we just added a style to the img tag, float left. So similarly, if you wanted the image to be in the right, you could make it float right. Okay, so we have put it in the left. So similarly, we have created 3 sections, and also we have linked this uh, menu bar, like menu, about me, my family, my school. We have linked them to the related section. You can say it's bookmark. Okay, so how we did this, you can see it's really nice. It's easy. Within this anchor tag, in the href section, we have just mentioned their id inside the inverted comma, and we had to use the hash for id. Okay, if you forget to put the hash, it will not work. Okay, so that's a really nice trick. And we have also created our footer, and this text in the footer, if you want to be in the center, you can do that yourself, as I told you. If you can't, I will help you. Just leave a comment in my in the YouTube below the um, video. Just put a comment. If you need help for that, then I will help you for that also. Okay, but because you have already learned how to put a div in the center, you should do it yourself. Okay, but if you can't, don't worry, just leave a comment. I'll do that for you. So basically today we have finished creating our website. So before teaching you any other trick for designing and stuff, what I'm going to do in next class, I'll show you how you can put this website on GitHub. Okay, GitHub, like you will be able to host your website there without spending any money. Then what will happen, you can send that website link to your friends, to your family, and you can tell them, even if they are in other country or anything, they will be able to see what you have developed. Like this, like I have started to develop my blog. I just started it. I have to do a lot of changes here now. I haven't done anything. Like when you are putting www.paramita.blog, you can see the website, right? But similarly, you will get a link like this, and you will be able to share with people, that to show them what you have created. Okay, so isn't it exciting creating your first website and show the world that what you have done? And not only that, in future you can do a lot of things in your website. Okay, so next week we are going to show you that how to put the website on web for free. And then also I will continue to show you different tricks of designing. Okay, this is just the starting. If you are interested, you can learn a lot. As I told you, you can go to w3school.com yourself and you can learn one by one whatever is there. That's huge. Okay, and Again, every week I will show you also different tricks. So thanks for watching. I'll stop today. Enjoy your weekend. Okay? Bye bye.